Okay, so just give me a second. Okay, so most of the time in the interviews, right? So they will be trying to ask first question or second question like that. Most of the time they'll try to ask which Tableau version you are using. Okay, so for this you can how to check means we have to go to the help option. So go to Tableau. So in the top menu section, we will be having help option. Just go to help option. Just click on the about Tableau. Okay, now you can see here which Tableau version you are using currently. Okay, so I'll tell you one more thing also. Like you can go to Tableau main website. So this is how you can see what is the version you are using currently. Okay, so if you want to see all the versions of Tableau which is released by a Tableau software, right? Simply go to tableau.com. So in every version they are releasing new features, right? So just go to this tableau.com, go to resources. Yes, let me see. Okay, now go to go to go to support here. Okay, just go to resources button, go to support here, just click on all releases. So in the all releases you can see a page will be coming up here. You just click on the see all releases option. Okay, under Tableau desktop we have different things here. Tableau desktop, Tableau prep, Tableau cloud. In the Tableau cloud they don't give all releases here. Why? Because Tableau cloud will be maintained by Tableau software only. So if you are using Tableau cloud, right, that will be automatically updated. Okay, just click on the in the Tableau desktop, just click on the see all releases. So you see here, this is 2024.3 version. Currently, this is the latest version. So just go here. So in this version also, they will be having 2024.3.1. First release is 4.3, then 2024.3.1 like that. So you can go to release version like that, and 2024.2 version, 2024.1 version like that. Okay, so you'll be seeing all these versions. So I'll just include this one in the documentation. You can see all versions. Okay. Now, okay. Now just click on the release November 25. Let's see what. Okay. So I told you, right, in the previous versions they will be having some bugs, right? You can see what are the bugs they have resolved in this version, like that. So if you want to download that, right, you can simply click on that one, and you can download it for Windows, and you can download it for Mac version also. Okay. So you can see installation guide here. So current release. So once you click on that button, right, you can see below, you see here current release. Under current release, what is the new features? So you can simply click on the new features. So they will be listing out all the new features what they have introduced in that particular version. Okay, so just go here. So Tableau, so they will mention. So this is a new feature they have introduced in the Tableau cloud. Okay, if you go down, so this is a new Tableau feature they have introduced in the Tableau desktop, like that. So if you go down here, you can see explore related data source and all those. This is how you can see. Just go down, you can see all features. So they'll be listing out all the features here in a single place. So this is about particular version only. So I think you can see here, you can select tab desktop also here. So what they are doing here is they are listing out, once you click on the Tableau desktop, right? So they will show all the new features related to Tableau desktop. And you click on the Tableau cloud, they will be showing all the new features which are introduced in this version. So this is how you can check the latest features and versions. I'm just going back here. I'm just going one more step back here. So like that you can see, for example, I want to know what are the features that are introduced in the 2023 version. So click on this drop down, go to just click on the release in November like that. You see, they will be showing first resolved issues in that particular version. So you can download that version for Windows and Mac, go to installation guide and like that, and just click on the new features. In that particular version, they will be showing all the new features that are introduced. Okay, so they will be listing out all the new features below here. Hope this helps, and let me go to the documentation. So we just see that which version you are seeing, right? So you can see that, just go to help option about Tableau. And for example, if you are using on-prem servers, right? So just go to the server. On the right hand side, you'll be having a question mark. Okay, if you click on that question mark, it will be showing one more option about Tableau server. Just click on that one. It will show you which Tableau server version you are using. Okay, like that. And you have to learn minimum things. You have to learn all these things, minimum things you have to learn about. And we already discussed it, right? Custom shapes, custom font, and custom colors. How to create custom colors and all this. So go to my Tableau repository folder, customs folder, and I told you for custom font and color, go to the preferences.tps file. These two preferences.tps file. Okay, and we discussed about non-aggregated data and aggregated data. Anyone remember what is a difference between these two, aggregated data and non-aggregated data?
Aggregated data is actually the measures, whereas non-aggregated data basically the string form, like dimension and the measures. That's what I remember. Aggregated data, like they will, those were reflected under the below pane in the green color.
Okay, so let me tell you one more time,
Yeah.
bit differently. So if you take any tool, not only Tableau, if you take Tableau, Power BI, JavaScripting, Python, anything, you take SQL, so you'll be having two types of data. So first we have two types of things. If you want to store the information, right, where will we store this data or information? Just try to answer whatever you remember, like Reka, you people also like. So we have databases, okay, and we have reporting tools like Tableau, Power BI, SQL, and all those. Mhm. So okay, so how do we get the data into Tableau actually? One second. Okay, so I told you to the Tableau, data will be coming from the databases, right? Data will be coming from the databases into the Tableau. So whatever the data we have in the databases, that is called the row level data. Okay, row level data. So in sometimes this row level data also called non-aggregated data. Non-aggregated data. Sometimes if you take banking domain, or if you take any any Amazon like that, that is also sometimes called transactional data. Why? Because it will show each transaction in each row. It will show each transaction in every. It will show every transaction in each row. It won't skip. It won't. Okay. So I'll just try to repeat. What is the meaning of transaction data? I have day one here. Okay. Assume that today at 10 a.m. I have withdrawn rupees 30, and in the same day I have withdrawn on the same day. Sorry, I have withdrawn. Okay, at 10 a.m. right? This is 10 a.m. Okay, and 11 a.m. I have withdrawn 40 rupees, and at 2 a.m. Sorry, 2 p.m. I have withdrawn rupees 50. So this is transactional data, or this is row level data. So whatever the data we have in the databases, that is the row level data, transactional data, non-aggregated data. Now to the Tableau, we will be connecting this data. And what is the output? What is the output we are showing in the Tableau? If we connect to Tableau this data, if we show the same data in the Tableau also, that is not useful, right? So then what is the why we are using Tableau means we are so this is non-aggregated data. We are aggregating this data in the Tableau automatically. So in the Tableau, what is the output means we are doing the summation of all these rows like 30, 40, 50 like that. Example 30 plus 40, 70 plus like 120. This is 120. So we are doing the aggregation in the Tableau by doing summation. Like summation, we have so many different aggregate functions are there. So we can discuss a bit later. But you see, for a single day, we are showing all transactions in each row. That is called row level data. What are the data we have in the database? Row level data. In the Tableau output, we are showing in the Tableau we are showing the aggregated data. Okay, that is the main difference. That is the difference between the row level data and aggregated data. So what is the output of Tableau is like aggregated data. Aggregated data. So I'll show you a simple example. In Tableau we have discussed yesterday. So let's open Tableau here. Excel file here. So in the Excel file, so Excel file means database, right? If you see in the Excel file, we have a single person repeating in multiple rows. So this is non-aggregated data. And in the databases, it will be showing the transactional data. Like this is the data for each row. We can see sales here for each row. In Tableau, what we have done yesterday, we are simply doing the summation of all these rows. So that is the meaning of that's how we can aggregate the data in the Tableau. So let's go to Tableau. So today I'll try to create one more dashboard that is particularly related to a filtering concept. Today we will discuss. But let's see. Just drag the customer name into the row shelf. You see Aaron Bergman is repeating in multiple rows in the database, that is in the Excel file, but it Tableau is automatically displaying in the single row. Now drag the sales into text here. You see total sales of Aaron Bergman is 886. So this 886 is a summation of all the rows what you see in the Excel file for that particular Aaron Bergman. Okay, sometimes you see like if you go here, you see summation is like 886. Excel also showing the same thing. Summation is 886. Okay, sometimes customers will be or users will be asking this question also. Okay, you are showing aggregated data in the Tableau, but I want to see non-aggregated data also in the Tableau. They will be asking you. So every time they can't go to, cannot go to the Excel file again, right? To see the non-aggregated data. For example, I am submitting this dashboard to the CEO. CEO can see aggregated data for this customer. His question is, can I see the row level data also in the Tableau? It is his question. So I can say yes. So for that, what you do, simply click on this Aaron Bergman person. A window will be opened here. Click on this view data option. It is opening just here. Yeah, it is getting some error maybe. Okay, let me reopen the dashboard. Not sure why we are getting some errors here. I'm just reopening. So just wait for a second to reopen it. I'm not sure why it is not opening. Let's go to file and open it manually. Just go to desktop B1 sales, right? Okay, just open it. So hope you understand what is row level data and aggregated data. Okay, maybe some error is there. Tab is not opening here. Maybe I need to restart the system. But let's go to we have already opened, right? So few things. So let's do the same thing in the other dashboard. Just go to the drag the customer name here. So you see sometimes when you drag customer name into the row shelf, Tableau will be popping up this warning window. Generally, we see this window when there are large number of rows in the database. Okay, so it will be asking you, you want to add all the members into the sheet, or first you want to filter the data, then you want to add. So as of now, click on add all members. Yeah, I think I have to restart my laptop. Just drag the cells. So just click on this person, Aaron Bergman. Just click on the view data option. If it is not working now, then we'll go to the next step. But because what are the things we have missed today, I can show you tomorrow because it's not working. Okay. So just remember that if you want to see, we are getting this error here. So okay, let me go to the next topic. I'll show you that tomorrow. Okay, no problem. Once you just if you want to see the row level data, just do this thing. Just click on that one. Just click on those dots. You can see the row level data in the tab. Okay. So like we have so the next question will be difference between dimensions and measures. So we have discussed, right? Whatever you told now, that is correct. So non-aggregated data and aggregated data is a different concept, and dimensions and measures is a different thing. Almost like dimensions means cannot be aggregated. When you drag a dimension to the row, it will show the values as it is. They cannot be summable. Measures are summable, like what we see now when you drag into the sheet. So Tableau automatically will aggregate the data when you drag the any measure into the sheet automatically. Like this. So next, what you have to do is you have to remember the options. The main thing when you are learning any tool is, if you want to crack the interview, the main thing is we have to remember the options. Okay, that is what main thing we have to do. So remember what are the options you see in the dashboard. Okay, like layout option, device layout option, like that. So let me go to Tableau. When you click on the new dashboard symbol, right, you see you have to remember all these options. So this is the dashboard. In the dashboard, I can see layout option, default option, device preview option, size option, sheets option. I can drag all these sheets into the dashboard here. Okay. I can see objects option, tiled option, floating option, like this, and show title, show dashboard title option. So once you remember the options, then only you can try to achieve any requirement. That is the main thing you have to remember while practicing any tool. Just try to remember the options first, then you can explore about what is it about, what is the option about. Okay. So like that, we have to remember the so menu options also. So if you go to Tableau, we have menu, right? So just try to remember all these menu options: file option, data option, worksheet. So just try to remember all these options. Later you can dig into what is analysis option, what are the sub options we have in the analysis. So just click on this. You can see all the options which are available in the analysis option. So yesterday we have seen total option, right? Like that. Okay. And you know, descending order, ascending order, and all those. So anyone have any questions till now? So I will start just filter concept. So just going to the, before going to the filter concept, it is very important for us to understand what is row level data and what is aggregated data. That's why I told these things. Okay. Hope we don't have any question. Okay, where the filters are coming actually. I'll tell you that concept. What is the filters are coming? Okay. So we have row level data that is coming from the databases, right? And we are displaying that data as it is in the Tableau, but we are aggregating in the Tableau. Same information we are showing in the Tableau, but we are simply aggregating. So before aggregation, I can do some filtering also here. So here will come one type of filtering. So here we will be coming one type of filtering concept that is called filtering the row level data. So very important. This is very important. Filtering row level data. So I don't repeat multiple, like I don't want to repeat all these things. Row level data means you have to remember this is also called transactional data, or it is also called non-aggregated data. You have to remember. Okay. Filtering row level data, I say simply. Okay. So filtering row level data can be achieved using in two methods. I can filter the data based on dimensions, and I can also filter the data based on the measures. Okay, so first what I will do, first I will filter the data which is coming from the database, then I will aggregate the data in the Tableau. So this is called one type of filtering, filtering the row level data. So how to achieve the row level filtering? I can use dimensions to filter the row level data, or I can use the measures also to filter the row level data. Okay. Now we have one more type of filtering which is called filtering the aggregated data. What is the meaning of filtering the data? So I don't filter the data initially itself. But what I will do, after aggregating the data in the Tableau, I will filter this data now. That is called filtering the aggregated data. So if you understand the concept, right, that will be very easy for you to practice. If you don't understand the concept and if you go a bit fast or something like that, it is not useful to you. Okay. So first, if you understand the concept, it will be very easy. Now I can filter the data. Filtering data in Tableau after aggregating. Okay. Just give me a second. Filtering low level data, filtering aggregated data. So this can be achieved using only measures only. For now, remember, we can achieve this only using measures. So what is the meaning of filtering aggregated data? Means once you display the data in the Tableau, right, then we will filter the data. So that means we are filtering each row in the Tableau sheet. Filter each row in Tableau. So based on some conditions, we can do that. We will see those conditions. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of filtering row level data means? Filter each row in database. Okay, this is very important for you to remember. So if you understand this concept, you will be getting 90% of the Tableau. Mhm. So this is the main this is the main concept in the Tableau, filtering the data. So let me make in the document. Okay, I told you. Okay, let me go to the Tableau and let's see how to do this. Just give me a second. Okay. So see, filtering aggregated data means, so this is the data what we have in the Tableau. So this is aggregated data. Why I am saying aggregated data? Aaron Bergman, I can see only in the single row. But in the backend, this is coming from multiple rows. Okay. So now, first we will see aggregated data filtering. It is very easy for us to filter the aggregated data. Okay, what is my requirement from the CEO? But the requirement from the CEO is like this. Okay, you are showing total sales for each customer. Okay, this is the total sales for each customer using sum of sales. Now, out of all these customers, there are some customers. Okay, there are some customers having sales less than 10,000, and there are some customers having sales greater than 10,000. Okay, there are customers having sales greater than 10,000 and less than 10,000. For example, if you take this particular customer, like all these customers are having sales less than 10,000. And you see this customer, and there are some customers, these are the customers who are having sales greater than 10,000. Requirement from the CEO is he want to display or he want to show only those customers who are having sales greater than 10,000. Okay, that is the requirement. I'm just trying to write a requirement here. Show customers having sales greater than or equal to 10,000. Very simple, right? So it is very easy in Tableau. First, what you have to understand is how you are getting these sales. Okay, I am getting these sales based on this particular measure, right? So very simple in Tableau, go to that particular measure, simply click on the filter option, or you can simply click on the show filter option also. Okay, for now what I will do, I simply click on the show filter option. So when you click on the show filter option, this filter will be automatically appearing on the top right side here, as well as it will appear in the filter shelf also. Why? Because we are now using the filter concept. Okay, now what I will do, what is the what is the ask from the customer is, I want only greater than 10,000. That means from 10,000 to all the way I want to show infinity sales. Okay, from 10,000 onwards I want to show all the sales. So that is minimum value I want to show is 10,000, maximum may be anything. So I'll go to this sum of sales filter concept filter, just click on the starting minimum range here, just enter 10,000, just enter. Now you see, I can see all the customers whose sales are greater than 10,000. So this is how you can achieve easily, this is how you can easily filter the aggregated data. So this is coming under which concept means, I'm just going to here. So once I display the data in the Tableau, after that I am aggregating using only measures. Using only measures, that is filtering the aggregated data. Okay. So simply what we have done, simply click on the show filter, then we are arranging the minimum sales value here. Now go to the filter shelf, just remove the measure from the filter shelf. That means we are removing the filtering now. Now I can see all the customers here. So other thing what I can do, simply press Ctrl and Alt button, drag it to filter shelf. Now here we have two things. A window will be opened here. I can see all values and some value here. If you want to filter the data, what you see in the Tableau, we are getting this because of summation, right? So just select the summation here. So summation will filter the aggregated data. What we have done till now, it will do the same concept. So if you want to do it in the other way, this is the method. Just click on the, so all values will filter the row level data. But when you select summation, it will filter the aggregated data, what we see in the Tableau. Okay. It will, this condition will be applied for each row in the Tableau. Just click on the next button. So here I can see a window will be opened here. I can see range of values. What is the meaning of range of values? Simple. User can enter minimum value. User can enter maximum value also. We want to see the customers whose sales are between 10,000 and 20,000. And I can see one more option here, at least option. In the at least option, user can enter minimum value, but not the maximum value. Maximum is always max value that is coming from the database, or max is infinity. So when you click on at least option, user should be able to enter minimum value only. Just click on apply. So in this case, what will happen? User can, and now go to the filter shelf, just click on the show filter option. Now you see here, user can enter only minimum value here. He can't enter the maximum value. That is the at least option. So you can he can also use the slider option, slider here to change the minimum value here. Okay. Now go to the filter shelf, click on the edit filter option. Now you can see the same window here. Go to the utmost option. In the utmost option, user can change the maximum value here, not the minimum value. So assume that the maximum value the user is entering 5,000 here. Now just click on OK button. Now you see user can see all they can see minimum value 0 here, max value he can see in the sheet is 5,000. So he can see all the customers whose sales are less than 5,000 here. So just try to arrange it in a descending order. Now you see maximum value is below 5,000, like that. Now you can go to edit filter option. Now I can see go to special values. So in the special value you can see non-null values, null values, non-null values, and all values. All values mean null value, right? So if some customer is not having any sales, that is null value. Okay. So if you want to show all the customers whose sales are nothing, whose sales are 0, or whose sales are null values, then you can simply click on that option. If you want to show only non-null values, you can click on this option. If you want to show all the values, simply click on the all values option. The range of values, if you click on the range of values, again it will show minimum. You can vary minimum value and maximum value here. Hope you understand how to filter the each row in the sheet, or how to filter the aggregated data what we see in the sheet. Okay. So the same thing can be achieved with the help of calculations also. In the Tableau, we can achieve filtering in two ways. I can use either options, or I can go for calculations also. So just remove the options, right? Just remove the filter from the filter shelf. Now I will tell you how to achieve the same thing with the help of filters. Sorry, with the help of calculation fields. Very simple. Go to this drop down here. Just simply click on the create calculation field. Okay, so I'm introducing you the calculations here. So in Tableau, in few places you can find this create calculation field option. Okay, so this is the first place where you can see the create calculation field option. The second option is go to analysis. In this drop down also you can see create calculation field option. If you go here also, the same window will be opened. And what is the one more method is you can go to either dimension, or you can go to any measure. Click on this drop down, go to create option, simply click on the create calculation field option. So here also the same window will be opened here. But by default the profit will be appear here in this case. So you can remove this. Now drag you want to filter each row in the sheet, right? So we are getting these value because of this sum of sales. So drag this sum of sales into this calculation field. Simply use the greater than or equal to 10,000. So this is calculation 1. So this calculation will generate two outputs. One is true and other one is false. So in Tableau, we can use these two slashes to comment the code. So if you use these slashes, right, Tableau will not execute this line of code. Okay, so we are using this code, these slashes for two rows, right? So Tableau will not execute or will not consider these two rows. So these are just for commenting purpose. So if this condition is satisfied, it will generate true. If this is not satisfied, this calculation will generate false. Okay, so this is the calculation field is calculation 1 here. If you want, you can rename it to whatever you want, like this. But I am just keeping the calculation 1 only. When you click on OK, now I can see that calculation in the Tableau here, like in the left side pane. Drag this calculation into the filter shelf. Simply click on the either true or false. So if you select true, I can see all the customers whose sales are greater than 10,000. If you click false, I can see all the customers whose sales are less than 10,000. So just select true here, just click on OK. Now I can see all the customers whose sales are greater than 10,000. Now I can modify this based on my requirement. Just go to edit option. So now my requirement is I want to see greater than 10,000, and you can apply one more and condition, and it should be less than 20,000. Like that. Just click on apply. Now you see I have only one customer whose sales are, sorry, both are, it should be less than or equal to, right? Okay. So now I can see all the customers whose sales are between 10,000 and 20,000. Okay. But what is the limitation with these calculation fields in the most of the time? So in the earlier option, the user should be able to change these minimum value and maximum value, right? When we are using the options. But when you use this calculation, the user cannot change these calculations in real time. Why? Because user is not the developer, right? CEO is not a developer. So he cannot change these values. He cannot change this calculation in the real time. Okay. So now, but but the user want to change these minimum value and maximum value. But how we can do that? He cannot come into this calculation and he can't change these values. But what is the option we are providing for the user to change these values within the calculation means? Okay, now I'm just going for the second requirement, like one more important concept called parameters. Maybe we can discuss about these parameters bit later. Okay, bit later. For now, we have a concept called parameters here. Okay, I'll tell you a simple example using parameters. So parameter is a concept. So see, for example, I am writing this calculation. In this calculation, if we want to replace these constant values with some parameter, then just give me a second to explain it better. Okay. So this min value and max value, user want to change these values, but user is not allowed to change these calculation fields. So what I will do, I'll create two parameters. One parameter is for minimum value and one parameter is for maximum value. And I will use those parameters here, and I will give those parameters to the user. So user can change these values, min value and max value. So let's do that so that you can understand better. So first I need two parameters, min value parameter I have to create, max value parameter I have to create. So let's go to the same drop down here. I can see now create parameter option. Okay, just create parameter option. So a parameter will be opened here. So let's say this is a parameter one. So data type we have to select integer. Okay, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, all these are integers, right? That's why we have to select data type as an integer. So we can deal with other type of other data types bit later, string, boolean, dates, and we'll see this bit later. Now we have allowable values, list of values, range of values. For now, just click on the all values option. We can discuss in detail later. For now, just click on all values. Just click on OK. Now I have created parameter one. So you can see that parameter under parameters list here. So hope you are able to understand. Now I want to create one more parameter. So instead of creating again same parameter, what I will do is just duplicate this parameter and edit this parameter. So now just keep it as a parameter 2. So just click on OK. Now I have created two parameters, parameter 1 and parameter 2. Now just show these parameters. Just click on the show parameter concept. Just click on this drop down, click on the show parameter. Now you see, now the user can see two parameters. One is to change the minimum value, one is to change the maximum value. Okay. Now user can click on this here and he can enter minimum value is 10,000 and maximum value is 20,000 like this. But you see here, the user is changing these values, but there is nothing happening in the sheet. Okay, why? Because we just created parameters. Now we have to use these parameters in this calculation. Then only the parameters will be, there is an effect of these parameters. So edit the calculation one. So remove this 10,000 what you are entering manually. Just drag this parameter one here. So this is how you can drag and drop your any field into the calculation field, or you can type manually also. Like here I want to enter parameter 2. So when you're typing, right, Tableau will show automatically here all the parameters and all the fields here. So you can simply click on the parameter 2. Now we see, let's see what will happen. When you change the parameter 1, the same parameter value appear here. When you change the parameter 2, the same parameter value appear here in this calculation one. And we are using this calculation in the filter shelf, right? That's why when you change the parameters now, this calculation will be affected, and this calculation will affect the filter value. Just click on OK. Now the user can enter max value is 15, min value is 15,000. Just click on enter. Now you see, user can see all the values, all the customers whose sales are between min value and max value. So this is one of the most important concept in the Tableau parameters. Okay, I'll ask you a simple question now. Why do you use parameters? Simple answer. If I write any calculation in Tableau and that calculation contains static values like 10,000, 20,000, like that, static values are the values which are entering manually. These manually entering values cannot be changed by the users. So I create a parameter and I replace these static values or what are the values entering manually using with these parameters, and I will give these parameter to the user so that user can change the mean value and can change these static values manually, and he can filter the data. Okay, let me repeat one more time. In Tableau, I can use parameters to replace static values or the values which are entered by manually in the calculation fields. So these static values cannot be changed by the user in the calculations. So I'll create a parameters and I replace these static values with these parameters in the calculations, and I will give these parameters to the users so that user can change the parameters correspondingly. Calculation field will change correspondingly. He can filter the data in the Tableau. So that's what about parameters you have to remember, very very important. So remaining use case of the parameters we can discuss later. Okay. If you go to Tableau, so if you go to this contents page, you can see there are many use cases of these parameters. 1, 2, 3, 4 parameter. Like we have so many use cases. We can see bit later. Okay. So as of now, we have seen how to filter the aggregated data. Okay, I'm just returning to this concept again. So we are filtering this aggregated data based on the measures, what we have just seen now. Now, I'll show you how to filter the row level data. So before displaying the data in the Tableau, we have to filter the data. That is called row level filtering. That can be happening in two methods, using dimensions and measures. Give me a second. Okay. So now let's go to Tableau. One second, some Okay, now I'm going to new Tableau sheet, sheet 6. So let's drag the same customer name into the row shelf. So clear till this concept. Anyone have any questions? Okay, so assuming no questions. So now we will see filtering the row level data. Let's take again the same example, Aaron Bergman. So Aaron Bergman total sales is 886 rupees. This is because of not a single row in the database. This is because of multiple rows in the database. So let's go to Excel file. You see, hope you can see this screen, Excel file. So when you do the summation of each row of this person, you will be seeing that total is 886 rupees. Okay, but now the requirement from the user or CEO is like this. Okay, out of this row, you are doing the summation, right? And summation of all those rows is 886. But the CEO is asking that don't do the summation of all these rows. Don't do summation of all these rows. First, out of all these rows, take only those rows which are having sales uh, greater than 200. Then only after that only add those rows only add here. Okay, the requirement is out of all these rows, first filter the rows which are having sales greater than 200, greater than or equal to 200, and add those rows only. Then only show the summation. So out of all these rows, which are the rows having sales greater than 10,000? So in that case, don't consider this row, this row, this row. Only we have this row we have to consider. These three rows only we have to consider. And show the summation of these three rows only in the Tableau. That is the requirement. Okay. So if we select all these rows which are having greater than 10,000, what is the summation you can see here? 806. So how to filter this row level data in the Tableau now? Just go to Tableau. Now I want to filter the rows based on the sales value, right? So simply drag the sales into the filter shelf. Now select all values here. All values means to filter the row level data, each row in the database. Go to the next option. Again, I can see same window here. A range of values, at least, at most, like this. So select range of values or at least option. What is the condition for this? At least 200. I want all the rows having sales at least 200. Then only I want to add up here all those rows. Just click on OK. Now you see I got 807. So first I am filtering each row in the database based on the measure. Then I am filtering the data here like this. Anyone have any question? So how to in the filter shelf now I don't see any summation here. So when you see simply sales means this is they are using row level filtering. When you see summation also here, that is filtering the aggregated data like that. Okay, now you see come to marks card, sum of sales, just click on the show filter option. You see, this is how also if you are filtering aggregated data, you can see summation here. If you are using row level filtering, you don't see sum option here. Okay, that's how you can remember. Now you can show filter the same concept here, what we have seen, right? At least option, at most option, and all those. I want to achieve the same thing with the help of calculation field. Very simple. Now also go to create calculation field. Now this time don't use sum of sales here. Why? Because we have to filter the row level data. That means simply use the direct field here. So drag the direct field into the calculation. Simply use greater than or equal to 200. Again, user can't change this static value here. Create a parameter here. Replace that parameter with this constant value and use that parameter, give that parameter to the user so that user can change. Just click on OK. This is calculation 2. So just click on OK. Now you can see that calculation here, or you can search for calculation 2 here. Drag this into filter shelf. You can see true value here. Just click on OK. Now you see I got the same answer again here 807. But if you show this calculation 2 to the user, he can say either true or false only. Why? Because output of the calculation 2 is either true or false, like that. Okay. So this is sheet 6. Now we have seen, so we are filtering the data before aggregation. Remember, filter the data before aggregation, then we are doing the aggregation in the Tableau. So filtering before aggregation is nothing but row level filtering. We just have seen how to filter the data using measures, right? Now I can use the same thing using dimension also. Not the same thing. I can filter the data in a different way using dimensions also. I can filter the data. Okay. Now what is the requirement from the customer now? Okay. Now the requirement from the customer is like, okay, just give a second. Okay, now the requirement from the customer is like this. So as of now, I can see all the customers here. I can see all the customers which are in the database. But the requirement from the customer is like this. He want to see only Aaron Bergman, Adam Hart, like this. He want to see only these two persons in the Tableau sheet. I don't want to show any persons. So now my condition is based on the customer, right? So I can simply search for the customer here. I can simply use the show filter option, or I can simply drag the customer name into the filter shelf. So a window will be opened here. In this window, you can see general option, wildcard option, condition option, and top option. And you see select from list option, custom value list option, use all option. Use all means it will show all the values. Select from list means you can select what are the values you want to show in the sheet. Okay. As of now, you can see all the values are selected here. So I can search for first I have to unselect all these values. So for that, just click on the none button here. All values are unselected here. If you want to select all values again, click on the all button, none button, like this. And what are the customers you want to show in the sheet? Aaron Bergman and Adam Hart, right? So search for those two customers. So here you can see directly. You can go through this scroll down to see all the customers. But the simple method is search for the customers. Aaron, right? So you can search for Aaron here like that. So when you search for these customers, it will be shown in the yellow color like this. So search for Aaron, Aaron Bergman, and what is the one more person? Adam Hart, right? So just for search for that person also, Adam Hart, like this. Select that person also. Now you see how many values you have selected. Out of 800 customers, I have selected 2 customers. So that you can see under selection here. So you can see wildcard option also here, condition option also here. Top means limit option. As of now, we have not applied these conditions. We have applied only selection option only. So that's why you can see 2 customers selected out of 800 customers. Simply click on apply button. Now you see, I can see only those two customers here. Okay. So sometimes this can be achieved with the help of another other method also. So like other option also. So now select all the customers here. Just click on apply. Now I can see all the customers here. Go to custom value option. Here you can type manually. Okay. Aaron Bergman. Like this, you can type manually. Just click on the plus symbol. Just click on apply. Now you can see only Aaron Bergman here. But we can go for this option in few cases only. Most of the time we will be go for select from list option. So what is the advantage of this select from list option? Means like you can show this customer name filter to the user like this. So when you show this thing to the user, right? Now user can select what are the customers he want to display. So he can select the customers whatever he want, like, okay, like this customer can select the. So this is how we can filter the row level data. So this is also filtering This is also a type of filtering which is coming under row level filtering. Okay, so let me show you how to do that in the Excel. So we have selected Aaron Bergman and Adam Hart. So like this, I can see Adam Bergman and Adam Hart here. So these are the two simple filtering techniques in the Tableau. So just remember these things. Okay. Now I will show you a simple option, a simple thing to you. I'm just going to my Word document. Okay. Now we have created how many sheets in the Tableau now? We have created sheet 5, sheet 6, right? Okay. Now I'll create a dashboard. Just click on the dashboard symbol here. I can see those two sheets here. What is the best practice while creating the dashboard? First, we have to click on the dashboard title. Now drag your sheets into the Tableau dashboard. Sheet 5, this is sheet 6. You see, by default, whatever the filters we are showing in this sheet, right? Those filters you can see here, parameter sheets and all those you can see here. Okay. Now tell me, this customer name filter is coming from which sheet? Sheet 5 or sheet 6? How to identify that one? Very simple. Click on the customer name filter. There are multiple methods to identify this filter is coming from which sheet, either sheet 5 or sheet 6. So there are multiple methods to doing this, but the simplest method I can tell you here is like just click on the filter, go to this drop down. Here we have one option which is called apply to worksheet option. Here you can see so many options. Only this worksheet means what? This will be applied to only that sheet from which this filter is coming. So this filter is coming from sheet 6, right? Then this filter can be applied only for the sheet 6 only, like that. Okay. So just click on the selected worksheets option. Now under selected worksheets, when you click on that one, I can see one window here. I can see all the worksheets here, but you see sheet 6 is selected here with which is disabled here, which you can see in the hash color. That means this filter is coming from this checked sheet. Sheet 6 it is coming from. So if you want to apply this filter to the sheet 5 also, right, you can simply click on this sheet 5 and you can simply click on the OK button. Okay, like that. So let me okay. So this is one method you can identify this filter is coming from which sheet. The other method is I can select the customers here, right? You can select customers here. Now you see what is happening. Now this filter is, I can see this filter is applicable only for this sheet 6 only. The sheet 6 data is changing here. This is one method you can identify. The simplest method here also, you can select all customers. So all customers will be shown in the sheet 6. Now unselect all customers. Now you see only sheet 6 is going blank here. That means this filter is coming from the sheet 6. Okay. For the purpose, what I will do here is like, I want to add a region filter also in the sheet. I want to add a region filter also in the sheet. So what I will do, simply go to sheet 6 or any sheet, search for the region here, drag into the filter shelf. You can select use all option. Use all means all regions will be selected. Just click on OK. Now I want category filter also here, drag category also into the filter shelf. Just click use all option. Just click on OK. Now go to the dashboard. So we have sheet 6, right? Just click on the sheet 6 drop down here. So just give me a second. So when you click on this drop down, I can see a filter option here. I can see parameters, filters, and I can go to sheet option, duplicate sheet option. and I can see fix height option, edit height option for this particular sheet. Okay, I can see so many options here. If you want to remove this sheet from the dashboard, you can see remove that from the dashboard option. Like that, you can see so many options here. But I go to filter shelf, filter option, just click on the region filter. Now you see what happened. I can see region filter also in the dashboard. The same process we have to follow. Just click on the sheet, go to the filter section, click on the category dimension. Now you see, I can see that category dimension also in the sheet. As of now, all these are the dimensions which are applicable only for sheet 6. I want to apply all these filters for the sheet 5 also. Then what I'll do, simply go to region, click on this drop down, region filter drop down, go to apply worksheets option. Just remembering the option is very important. Go to apply to worksheet option. As of now, only this worksheet is selected. So click on the selected worksheet option. So here you can select sheet 5. If you have more sheets, right, it will show all the sheets here. So for example, assume that I have 10 sheets in the dashboard and I want to apply this filter for all the 10 sheets in the dashboard. In that case, I can do select all on dashboard here option. Just click on select all on dashboard option. Okay. If you want to show all the sheets which are created till now, yesterday we have created sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 also, right? You can click on show all worksheets in the dashboard and the entire workbook. Now I can see other sheets also here, which we have created yesterday. Okay, so you can select those sheets also here. But if you want to see only the dashboard, the sheets, right? You can see all the sheets here. Simply click on select all on the dashboard. Automatically all the sheets will be selected here. Simply click on it. Now you see what will happen. So we have done this for the region, right? Now when you unselect all regions, now you see what happened. As this filtering is applicable for all the sheets are now not showing any data here. Now if you select all regions, now I can see all the sheets are showing the data. Similarly, you can do the same thing for category also. Go to category filter drop down, go to apply worksheets, click on the selected worksheets option, all on the dashboard, click on OK. Like this. So let's apply the customer name filter also to all the worksheets in the dashboard. Select all on dashboard, just click on OK. You see one more thing here. This customer name is having so many customers. That's why it is occupying more space here. Okay, more space here it is occupying. So just click on this filter drop down, go to the drop down here. I can see so many options here like single value list, single value drop down, multiple values list, multiple values drop down, like this. So let me explain a few things. One thing here, single value list means first, what is the meaning of single value? Single value means user can select only one value here, not multiple values. Okay, let's see that first. Just click on the select value list option, single value. Now you see he can select either only one customer only here, either Aaron Bergman. When he select other person, automatically previously selected is unselected automatically. So this is single selection only. He can select only one customer at a time. So this is single select. List means it will show all the customers here. But single value drop down means, you see now I can see. So now this filter is occupying very less space here. When you click on this arrow button, then only all the customers will be shown here. Now they can select any one customer here. If you want to select, you can select all the customers like that. So you can repeat the same thing for all the filters. Go to a single value list, single value, like that. Now here we will be seeing multiple values. What is the meaning of multiple values? Let's see the same thing for the same customer name only. So when you click on the multiple values list, so now the user can select multiple values here. So this is list here. List means it will show all the values. Drop down means same thing. I can see all the customers in the drop down here. Okay. Now when you select the customers, automatically those changes will be reflected in the sheet automatically. Immediately those changes will be reflected in the sheet. Okay. Now go to the same filter drop down. I have one more option here which is called customize option. In the customize option, I can see one more option here which is called show apply button. What is the meaning of show apply button? When you click on that button, now you see what is happening. In this filter, at the last, I can see apply button and cancel button. What is the meaning of these two buttons? Let me show you. I have selected Aaron Harkins, but you see there is nothing is happening in the sheet 6 here. What are the customers you will select? Nothing is happening in the sheet until you click on the apply button. When you click on the apply button, then only these selections will be reflected in the sheets. That is the meaning of apply button. Okay. So I don't want to tell the same thing for all the things, but just follow the for each and every filter, you can see all the options, all the same options here. Okay. So this is how you can display filtered in the dashboard. This is how you can apply the filter for multiple worksheets. So here we have to remember one thing. Just remember how to show filters in dashboard. Second one, apply filters to multiple worksheets. How to apply filters to multiple worksheets or selected worksheets. Okay, like this. Hope you understand. So we have seen one more option also, right? Like customize option. In the customize option, what we are doing, we are clicking on the apply button. Okay, this is how. Let me tell you. Oh, okay. I think we are running out of the time. Okay. So anyone have any questions till now?
వన్ క్వెషన్ ఇంకటి యాక్చువల్లీ మీరు షేర్ చేశారు కదా అది. సో, దాంట్లో ఏది ఫాలో అవ్వాలి కొంచెం ఎక్స్‌ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తారా? బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద టాపిక్స్. సో, బికాజ్ దాంట్లో B1, B2 అలా చాలా ఉన్నాయి గదా! సో, లైక్
దేంట్లో?
మీరొకటి షేర్ చేశారు కదండీ! మీ వెబ్‌సైట్